So we made our way to the big cavern that Sonny had sacrificed himself to clear the green water. Bob has brought Wolfie and Belny. They are in the cavern before the water, and Bob goes, the abbot should be here soon. When you all came in, you probably saw several followers and stuff, moving things and doing stuff. And about this time, you all hear a very, very loud dwarf coming in behind you guys.
That's Ironkill.
That's Ironkill.
Well, up there, what do they want?
Hello, Ironkill.
You're back.
Yes, we just got back a little bit ago.
Well, I tell you, it's been quite a couple days. Quite a couple days. Were you successful?
Yes, we brought back quite a bit of midnight. But from what I've heard, there's been another kind of midnight throughout this area while we were gone.
There were a bunch of rats that came out of your house, and we went to rat catching. Well, the big tin can got bit, and he's a little loopy, shall we say. A little more furry, if you believe that. I think he finally grew up here.
Do you know where he is?
The wee gnome child thing. I don't know where it came from, but the loud one.
Drew?
He got bit as well.
Okay. Have you been able to locate them?
Only by the distraction and the others that they create.
So do you know where we can locate them now?
My best guess would be in some of the rundown parts of town, but we're not 100% certain. We're searching all the time.
Okay. How's everyone's spirits?
A big glum. We thought all the fighting was behind us with the drought, but now we have were creatures, so. And the big tree guy showed up and ducked into a hill outside your grove. I think he's trying to get in through the underground. Not 100% sure on that.
But he was unable to get into the grove, correct?
Aye. That big tin gun you got over there next to you, he's quite something.
Well, that is a good thing then.
Not even quite sure it's tin. It's got a funky look to that metal. Alright, lad, what type of metal is that?
So it's quite like Yaga says, it's a quite interesting blend of metals that come from the east. It's enhanced with some of the things that are in our shores that wash up from the sea. It has quite a few metals. So it has.
Just knowledge, dwarf.
There are no dwarfs in the east. I'll tell you that.
No, I'm looking at the metallurgy.
So So
So my crafting comes off of what, my athletics, which is +5.
and you get
One,
you well you get your proficiency bonus with that too.
Okay, so 16, my proficiency's the 4, so it's a dirty 20.
Okay, so you look and you're looking through it. It's very it's very shiny in pieces where it's not been painted. It's definitely not copper or it's nothing soft. It looks almost like combination of sea rocks and minerals. Maybe even has some type of crystals that are sort of embedded in it that's sort of imbued to give it like structural strength.
Alright, this looks like it's crafted more by a mage than it was a smith.
So he says while this is not magical, they say that the properties of the material have underlying magical properties. It's like we just melted it into the armor that could possibly deflect some types of magic, depending on where these sediments come. If you've been to the east before, you know that we are quite islandless, and we have hundreds of islands, and sometimes depending on the type of volcanoes and what washes up through the straits, it's like we have many materials. Sadly, Sir Dwarf, the only dwarves that we get are travelers. We have no home dwarves there, so we don't dig deep into the mountains there because most of the islands there, the mountains are volcanic.
Alright. Well, I marked the volcano or two. Well,
So
what you're saying is that you have a base metal and then you implant the ingredients from your shorelines onto it for their properties. You need a malleable yet strong metal to do so. It's your base metal mithril by chance.
he says, I wish I would have a mithril armor. One of my lieges that I served over my many years did have a mithril base. Sadly, that armor has not been seen for a long time.
Well, it would do me proud for such an honor to have a stamp on it from a good dwarven smith. Once I have found a proper amount, perhaps we could inlay it with mithril.
So, Yaga says that he's heard much about mithril and only experienced it through his master, but he understands how light it is and how strong it is. So he would quite like a cape someday laced with it to make sure that his cape would live on even when he doesn't.
Alright. But then again, with what the straight has up now, you might as well be talking to her about keeping him alive forever.
But like sort of
Well,
I guess.
where's the rock head?
So he's like, we've not seen the abbot. I didn't know if he was in his meditation state or meeting with others. So I was patiently waiting to see when he would show. Hopefully it is soon. So
While we're waiting on him, can we see the people? Can we just walk around and see what's what so that I can get that part over with?
yeah, there's a few people down through here.
Okay.
So actually I'll put them over over here. So that way, because I don't have to move the big camera. So. So you venture deep. You venture deeper into the.
Is the Ankill coming?
So Ankill, are you gonna go with them, or are you just gonna wait out there?
That place creeps me out.
What did you say?
That place creeps me out. I don't even know about a dead drive.
That place creeps him out. Okay.
Alright, so there happens to be some gems on the walls down here. Do you want to just sort of check them out while they're in there?
I'm pretty sure I've been warned off of them.
So
I'm not going to go digging up a holy place in front of the people to whom it's holy.
I would have said that you might want to look if you want.
He didn't say you were gonna dig them out.
A dwarf doesn't just look at a gem, my dear.
Okay.
Well, at least he's honest about it. He said he likes to look. The dwarves like to look at these gems.
That's like taking Belny to an adoption puppy agency and saying she can't have any.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't work.
Or pet any.
I swear that's hell. I, as a human, am gonna die one of these days.
So I looked. A dog with teeth bigger than me.
Yep.
So you come in and you see another like another monk and several others that of very, very tired looking people.
I'm facing the water if I'm in there.
Yeah, you're not yet.
Okay.
There's a cavern. There's a trail that goes down there. Like Belny's not even seen the statue yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like there's a thin path to the water, and it opens up to the great lake down there. So Belny comes in, and there's whispers, and they're like, it's her. Yeah, I think it's like, are you sure it's her? It's like, yes. Can you not tell? So there's quite a few just people sitting around, including surprisingly a drow. So.
Okay. So
I figured that'd be the thing that you noticed the most, that there's a drow in there. Which one's the drow?
Okay. So I'm going to, knowing me, ready my shillelagh, and then ask what he's doing in here.
So you asked the drow. He says, my dear lady, it's so good to actually be in your presence when there's not bloodshed going on. I was a member of the resistance and saw your great victory on the large blue dragon against the old champion. Many of us in the resistance saw your bravery and have spread tales of it's like what would Belny and her companions do even against incredible odds. It's like, while I do not have the, I would say, faith of these others, you have helped me turn away from Lolth for good. And many of us have questioned the intentions of the spider goddess, and have listened to the teachings and stories and parables about your great plights against our arachnid oppressors. So I have not been in the Underdark for a very long time. I came here to learn on behest of our religious leaders in the of the resistance about how more tolerant ways, and possibly integrating them into our beliefs of Tyr to find a more striking balance of his vengeance and his compassion and justice, while also understanding that we need to be one with those around us in nature. So just think of me as more of a patron of the knowledge that you help spread.
I'm telepathically speaking to Wolfie and seeing what she feels about this, how she feels.
All right, have Wolfie roll for insight.
$15.
So Wolfie does not smell. Like Wolfie's using all her senses, and she doesn't really smell any. He's not sweating or worrying about all. Like his reactions are he's actually very, very relaxed. Even when you turned your shillelagh and turned your staff into a shillelagh, which it almost doubles in size. He didn't seem to worry. So it just seems like he's there to observe.
Okay. I'm going to tell him that I will keep up with him and make sure that he does not cause problems with any of the people here.
So and he goes that he says it's always prudent to watch out after all your flock. He said I understand it completely, and I take no offense. So my drow brethren would be quite harsher than what you said. I will say that I knew Sonny in mine and his youth, and there's another reason why I wanted to trek and learn also about his great sacrifice. Drow are not known for their selfishness, and they really don't sacrifice for anything other than glory. After visiting this place and spending some time here, I don't sense any glory here. I just sense, what was necessary, and that his intentions were true and not just for pride.
That is right. He did not sacrifice himself for anything other than the greater good.
So, Bob's here. He's like, do you need me any more, ladies, or do you wish me to go back to the Grove or maintain some time here with you all?
I would appreciate if you go back to the Grove and make sure that everything is well there with the land and with my animals. Tell them that I have not forgotten what I told them that I would look into.
So, it says, as you wish, my lady. And I was like, I hope that if anyone can help solve this troublesome issue and abomination to nature, you will set things correct.
I hope so.
And he leaves, sees Ankill on the way out and speaks to him just ever so slightly. And he goes, good day, good dwarf. If I ever come across the Mithril, I know who to come and speak to.
By all means, and if you don't plan to use it, I'm looking to make myself a nice set of armor as well. So the more the merrier. If you get a line on the vein, let me know. I know the other, my kinsman that's working with the regent, that ding dong. He was supposed to be looking for me as well.
So, he's not met Emberwall. So he's like during all this commotion, he's not really met too many dwarves. So, but he says,
there's one more. Don't mistake us.
So, he says, don't worry, Sir Dwarf. I doubt I'll be able to forget you and your boast of your skill. So hopefully soon it won't just be a boast, but it will be a truth that I will see for myself.
That's your man.
And the very large man walks.
Very well.
So the very large man walks off. So Belny's still in here, surrounded by all these people. So at this point,
I kind of want to just get away from them because there's a lot of people.
yeah, well, you're sort of surrounded at this point. So, and they're all sort of talking and chattering.
None of them are gonna touch me, right?
No, they're not. They're not trying to touch you. There was a parable about doing that in the book of Belny. Yeah.
BT12.
Yeah. So talks about if you lay hands. Yeah. If you lay hands on Belny, more likely that you will be your nervous system will shut down thanks to lightning.
Okay, well, that's not inaccurate.
So, at about this time, coming down a thin little corridor is a very, very large creature that's clad all in green. It's very similar in color scheme to Bob. So, this large creature is of course freshly dressed for the first time that once Belny notices. It is Rocky. And Rocky will notice this, like there is a very large group of people circled around something. So do you want to do a perception?
I start going that direction, yeah.
So do a perception.
Be a passive perception or an active?
Well, passive lets you see what's going on. I actually need a perception check to see if you can see what's going on.
21.
So okay, just using your normal perception. There's only one thing would get people this excited, and more than likely, the goddess.
I gently behind them start humming and go, all around the magical boat, you better get out of the way.
And they it's like on cue they hear and stands before Belny and Wolfie, a very large old acquaintance.
I go down to both knees so I can be closer to her height.
You're probably still taller.
And I say, and I nod my head, I say, my belly.
Hello, Rocky.
Thank you for coming.
Why did you request that I come here?
Well, place will be official with your blessing. I've been working for memory of Sonny, and I would like for you to see where he made his final sacrifice.
Wasn't I there? We need
You
him
didn't
back.
go.
I didn't?
You didn't go. Sir Charles went.
Okay, I will.
No, you heard about when they came back. They told
Oh,
you.
okay.
But you didn't go. You were doing something why you couldn't go.
Okay. I will be happy to
Aurora went.
see this. I do appreciate Sonny's sacrifice. We all do.
All the people around start whispering and like they sort of act happy, and you know some may have their hands together like almost like they want to clap.
I just give a stern look over my shoulder and no.
Well, I kind of growled.
Okay, so I'm going to lead her down to the water pool.
All right, so you're so big it's hard for them to see past you. Of course.
Okay, and once I get here, I'll step aside and let her go to the front. sea.
All right, you don't
And
have.
if you look down in water, that is where blessing fell.
All right, so you look in the water, and
I'm not in the water.
no,
I'm just
it's the water is clear as could be.
yeah, but I'm still not getting in it.
Yeah, it's super clear, super blue. It's definitely fresh. And there is what looks like it's almost like a bird. Well, that's like crushing, and its claws crushing spider webs, just like they're clawing out and destroying the webs. You also happen to very difficultly miss a very large structure at the edge of the water to your left.
Rocky.
It's very tall and very large.
Rocky, what is the purpose of this? Why is this here?
Well, we know how sad you get when you lose friends. So I made statue of you being sad losing friends. So people here will always know how close friendship and family is to Bellamy, and that no one shall cross our friends and family, and that she will bless those who love each other. And it is here for you to speak blessing. By Bellamy be blessed, to make official this place and its healing powers.
I do get sad when I lose friends, but I don't know how a statue of me is going to help.
It is reminder. As surely as your keepsakes from Unicorn is reminder.
How do you expect me to bless it? To give my blessing?
Just go touch statue. Statue has water running through it and down into the water whole time. So, me think long time. If you just say a blessing on statue, water stay blessed.
I talked to Wolfie and telepathically, and she goes with me to the statue, which I do not really love.
So you're on near the statue.
I, while she's walking and not looking at us, I do the entire everybody down with my hands, so we'll all kneel.
Okay.
Okay, so I will place my hand upon it. I will say a silent prayer of blessing for anyone who needs help and thinks this will be a way to help them. So after I have done that, Wolfie and I step back down.
Okay. Well, I must still keep the grove in the east. I will have people make pilgrimages to and from here. With your permission, of course. You will know them by the mark. And I have everybody around me show them their hands.
what is on their hands? What mark am I seeing?
It is a evergreen tree in the grove with lightning fruit. Basically, what you saw on the back of the
Kate?
The cake.
big tin can. You know? With this mark, they are known to be trusted by the groves both east and west.
I will
Start
say.
thinking about this as the west.
Okay. I will say that we will look for that symbol. And
By this mark, you will know any that are true and friends to you. I think it's very wise to only keep people around you who have such symbols.
I will thank you for your hard work and thank you for everything you did to help people remember Sonny's sacrifice.
Well, thank you for coming. Is there anything you require of us?
Not at the moment, but if, well, actually, on your wanderings, have you seen Sir Charles or Drew since they have become infected?
I have not left the cave since been here. Been waiting for you.
Then, since you have shown me this, I would appreciate if you would help us now locate Sir Charles and Drew so that we can try to rid them of this curse.
As you wish. My belly be blessed. Former bossy.
So, well, there's ones behind there. It's like many of them have been looking around town as safely as they could, but they've been reestablishing the anti curse, trying to make sure everybody, if they would get attacked by these things, they're like, if one of the other monks says, if you're all going to venture into town, it would be good if we can go ahead and perform the ritual that would prevent this type of curse from infecting you all. So is there anyone else that you wish to also get this blessing?
I'll take it. We're going to be hung and wear things. I definitely won't be unwearable.
So okay. Hold on one second.